Hello everybody, and a wintry welcome to the Life's Good. It's a bit chilly up here. We've had snow and freezing conditions for quite a few days now, and I've been at work. It's now Saturday morning, and I thought I'd just pop out in the garden and the greenhouse and just check that everything's okay. I did discover something in the greenhouse which I'm going to share with you in a moment, relative to the maximum minimum thermometer that I showed you the other day. I was up early this morning, and when I checked out here, it was -5 degrees Celsius. I think that's around about 23 degrees Fahrenheit, for the benefit of my American friends and those that prefer the Fahrenheit scale. So -5, pretty chilly. I've got a nice warm cup of tea. I'm having a wander out here. I just wanted to show you a few things and explain a few things that you can possibly do at this time of year if you feel up to it and the weather permits, of course. So behind me I have my fruit trees, and what I'm going to do, I'll just flip you around and show you those trees and point out a few things that you could consider doing to those at this time of year. Now, silhouetted against this wintry sky, you can see the branches of my three fruit trees. At this end here, I'll point at them. This is our plum tree here. The middle one is the apple tree, and the left hand one is our pear tree. Now if you look, you can see all this extended growth on the top, and that has been thrown up during the last growing season. All of these sticking up branches. And now at this time of year, there are no leaves, and these trees are fairly dormant, and it's a great time to actually prune all that excess growth from these trees. So if you imagine taking a nice dome shape here, you can see where I've kept it that sort of shape previously. All the excess growth you can prune off and shape that tree nicely. The apple tree I did last year, and it hasn't thrown up too much growth. I might just leave that one. But the plum tree, as you can see, definitely needs a haircut. So again, that is the shape of the tree. You can see where the main branches are. That is the shape I want to keep. So all of this excess growth I will consider removing over the next day or so, or week or so, whilst these trees are, as I said, dormant and not growing. If you cut them in the spring or summer season, they will put on spurts of growth, and they will bud and grow from those cuts. So now is an ideal time to tidy these trees in readiness for the coming season. Just a quick look at the pond. The pump is still running and the water is still flowing down the waterfall, but the rest of the pond is frozen, and I do come out here frequently and try and break up that ice in order to let air to the surface of the water for the benefit of the fish. We also put out bird feeders for the birds, and we've got fat balls on here and a mixture of bird seed on these two, and again over here we've got some fat balls on here. They're like a suet fat with seeds in, and this container behind here contains Niger seed, and that is ideal for the finches. They sit on this and peck away. And I've got an additional feeder sitting on the bench here. It's always important to feed the birds in your garden, and we do like to see the birds coming in. It adds a certain dimension to the garden that otherwise we wouldn't have. Well, I'm just going to make my way down to the plot and take a look in the greenhouse, because something occurred there since I put my maximum minimum thermometer in that I wanted to show you, or at least discuss with you. So let's just pop in the greenhouse and I'll explain all in just a moment. We're now in the greenhouse, and I hope you can see the screen on my maximum minimum thermometer. I showed you my unpackaging and setting this up a few days ago, and I haven't been out here since, and I came out this morning and had a peep at this and was immediately alerted to something that I wasn't aware of. Now you can see that it is currently minus 0.1 centigrade. If I just quickly lean round you and press that button there, we should change that. It is currently 31.8 Fahrenheit. So we'll put it back. The warmest it has been in this greenhouse since I installed that thermometer, and I have not reset this, by the way, that top figure is the warmest it's been since I installed it, and that was 11.9 Celsius on the day I put it in, and it's not gotten any warmer since then. And as I pointed out on that day, I was expecting it to start recording colder temperatures. So it's currently 0.2, it's been 11.9, but it's the minimum temperature that caught my eye. This is currently showing me that over the past few days, the coldest it's been in my greenhouse is minus 2.9 Celsius. That's almost 3 Celsius, which equates to 26.8 Fahrenheit. Now, I've got a heater installed in my greenhouse. I've got a little space heater I've been using. I don't currently have any paraffin, so I haven't been able to light the paraffin heater, but I have been using a little space heater. And I will just turn you around and show you that now before I continue to explain what this is showing me. Sitting on the shelf in the back of my greenhouse is this little space heater. And if you look down here, it's connected to an extension lead via a timer. And the timer turns it on in the evening and off in the morning. So that heater should have maintained some warmth in my greenhouse for the benefit of these small plants I've got growing on the right hand side here. When I saw the maximum minimum thermometer reading minus 2.9 or minus 3 almost, alarm bells were ringing. Has my heater failed, or is it not operating? So I checked everything. I checked the timer, it's working correctly. There's power in the extension lead. Everything appears normal. Until I checked the actual heater. And it's got an on-off switch on this right hand side, and I'd failed to switch it on. I set the dial, the thermostat, to my required temperatures, but I hadn't switched it on, and I hadn't realised. And if it wasn't for my maximum minimum thermometer up here, I would not have realised, and subsequently the greenhouse would have remained very, very cold, which is not good for my new seedlings. Well, it was just a quick one today. I wanted to share with you the fact that the weather has turned wintry, and there's a few things you could still be doing in the garden. And of course, that maximum minimum thermometer helped me realise that I'd failed to switch the heating on in the greenhouse. No harm done. It could have been had I not realised the benefits of a maximum minimum thermometer. Once again, I'll put the link for that thermometer in the description box at the underneath the video if you're interested in getting one. And somebody was asking me about my microphone, the lavalier microphone that I use. It wasn't a comment on YouTube, it was actually a personal question to myself. Somebody asked me what microphone I was using. It is a lavalier microphone, and again, for that one, I'll see if I can put a link underneath in the description below the video. And again, if you're interested in one of those, take a look at that. I do have to point out that I am an ambassador or an affiliate or something of that nature with Amazon, so if you do purchase something through one of those links, I am likely to receive a small commission. Well, I'm going to crack on. I've got a few things to do. I may tackle some pruning of those fruit trees today. I'll see how I feel. I've rectified the heater, and yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'm enjoying the fresh air. The sun is shining, and it may be a little cold, but it's lovely out here, to be honest. It is quite enjoyable. So, whatever you're doing, you take care of yourselves. Be safe, be happy. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button in the corner. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the bell. And we will see you again soon in The Life's Good. Bye-bye now.